don't care what kind of house you have, without lights, without the microwave, without the stove, without energy, right? It doesn't work. So I want you to do me a favor though, right? Because we're gonna do the energy again, but here's what I want you to do. I need you to understand what energy does. So when you're at 70% energy, you only produce at a 70% level. When you're at 90%, you produce at a different level. When you're at 120, you produce at another level. Now watch this, I gotta share this with y'all so that you understand where it comes from. So you can have a mother who is being chased with her newborn baby with a dog, and she has the strength to make that dog move. But the very next day, if she's running by herself without that dog, without that child, she may actually not be able to move that dog. So it's the energy of her child that gives her a courage that she doesn't have on her own. So the reason why I'm telling you I need you to be energy and I need you to be energized is because when you're energized, you can produce for you and your family in a way that you can't produce when you're given 70, 80%.
You know, people ask me often, what were some of the decisions and choices and areas I focused on that made the biggest difference for me in my life? And that is the power of your identity. See, I believe the most powerful force in the world is to be consistent with the thoughts, ideas, concepts, and beliefs you hold to be true about yourself. And that is what identity is. Shakespeare has this incredible quote that says, we know what we are, but not what we may be. And the who you may be is going to be dictated by your ability to alter your identity. Because you are going to always be consistent with what you believe you're worth and what you believe you deserve, or what is your identity. And so most people think their life is dictated by external circumstances. They spend their entire life trying to control what is outside of them.
See, there's some good out there for you in the universe that has your name on it, and nobody can get your good. It has your name on it. They can't take your stuff. It's your stuff. So when you know that whatever you're seeking, it's also seeking you. You don't worry. You don't run scared. You don't think somebody's going to take it from you. You listen to your inner voice and you always take the high road. There will be the tendency, the natural inclination to take the low road. You must resist that. Repeat out to me, please. I will always take the high road and do the right thing no matter what.
You have to have like real rigid requirements of yourself where you don't allow yourself to back out of things and you don't allow yourself to slack off. And I don't think people put those kind of requirements on themselves as if it's it is a daily principle of life, like what you must get done. And if you did that, I think you'd be healthier and happier, and your body would perform more smoothly. And if you require your body to do things like that, I think it rises to the occasion. There are very few people that have that kind of discipline. So because of that, they come up with excuses. And excuses are a giant part of the problem. It's not simply a physical health issue. There's also mental aspects of it, and discipline's a big one. I just know way too many people who are weak mentally. And I can't just chalk it off to only, you know, their physical, the way they physically feel, because I felt like shit 100 times, and then I worked out, and then I felt way better. It's just a fact of life. That's real.
You will find people that have a very poor self-image or low self-esteem. They won't look you straight in the eye. They're afraid to shake hands with you. They're very shy and withdrawn. They go through life hiding from life. They don't like themselves. They don't know themselves. Do you know when a person improves their self-image, they change their entire life? Their income changes, their relationship changes, their health changes. And do you know how you do that? Start studying you. Start to find out more about you. There's something phenomenal about you.
You gotta master what you're going to master. You have to figure it out. Too many people are jumping from place to place to place. Michael, Kobe, all these individuals, they mastered one aspect of the game. When they mastered that aspect of the game, then they moved to another aspect of the game.
Learn to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. Once I got that, it turned my life around. Learn to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. Let the miracle of everything that's available work for you, and start working on the inside. Work on your philosophy, work on your attitude, work on your personality, work on your language, work on the gift of communication, work on all of your abilities. And if you'll start making those personal changes, I'm telling you, everything will change.
It's the what if I can pull off a miracle. What if I can become someone that no one thinks I can be? And just me talking about that, I have the hair going up on my arms, because it makes me just like, what if I can be that guy that people who call nigger and this and that, and now I'm speaking at Tom Ferry's event.
You find your passion, you're gonna have this tremendous energy. It's sustainable energy. But momentum requires you always do the next thing to keep the momentum going. And the reason you get yourself in a passionate place is so that you change your life, and the only thing that changes your life is making a decision.
One thing that discipline definitely does help you with is it helps you get things done. And when you get things done, when you actually do things, you have more success. If you have more success, and sometimes a big part of success is just not being lazy and just doing it.
Yeah.
That's like 90% of it is just showing up. Get there and start working. Like, you're not gonna feel perfect every day. If I only worked out when I felt good, I'd be a fat because there's a lot of days I don't want to do it. It's pretty much the same with everybody that actually gets good at something. There's got to be those days you push through, and they're probably going to be more numerous than the days you don't. And so the benefit of discipline in my eyes has always been that through discipline I get things done. I always say that I'm like the most lazy, disciplined person I know, because I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
But I always do.
Yeah.
Write down everything you want to do. I don't mean crazy, like I'm going to be the Prince of Brunei, I'm going to have a base in the moon. Shut up. This is what I want you to do. Write down what you would like to fix about your life. And then just, if you're 30 pounds overweight, you want to lose 30 pounds? Do it the right way. Go start eating vegetables, monitor your calories, write down what you eat, exercise every day, force yourself to do it. Say you're the general. The brain is the general, the troops are the body. The troops don't want to listen, but you go, you listen, and you get up and you do it, and then you get to write it down. And if you don't write it down, you don't eat, you don't shower. You write that down, so you do it. It's like brushing your teeth. It's not something, I don't want to brush my teeth today. What do you want, your teeth to rot out of your head, you dunce? Just do it. Just do it. Make yourself do it. And if you do that, if you write down and do that, you can change who the you are.
You were born with greatness in you. How long you gonna give me excuses and this person didn't do that and this person? I'm a high school dropout, slept in the Vanderbilts, ate out of trash can. We go tit for tat. How long you wanna talk about that? When we gonna start talking about traveling the world? When we gonna talk about realizing your potential and waking up every day and giving me 120%?
Tell me about this new concept that you have of transformational education.
Transformational education, to me, is the most important type of education. The single most important type of education you want to invest in for yourself and that you want to put your children through. So first, let me define what that is, right? Transformational education covers the education that many of our institutions forgot to teach us. It's about wisdom, it's about mindfulness, it's about taking care of your body, your mind, your health, your emotional states. It's about being a more conscious parent, being a more conscious lover. It's about how to deal with those days when you might wake up one day feeling depressed or sad, and how do you deal with that? Schools don't teach us that stuff. And here's why transformational education is so important. If you think about the human experience, what really matters is not so much your grades or the job that you have. All of these are means goals. They are a means to an end, right? But if you asked a human being to share with you the moments in life that they're most grateful for, all of those moments often deal with inner states. It's falling in love. It's carrying your first child in your arm. It's the joy of like accomplishing your first big win. And all of these are states of happiness, states of joy, states of human connectivity Transformational education shows you how to get there faster without the bullshit, without the dogma, without the unnecessary toiling towards a degree, and then that job that society says you need, and then that career path, then breaking yourself working 9 to 5 on something you hate. And the reason it's so important is because the world is changing at an exponential rate. Ray Kurzweil says that by 2029, on our smartphone, all of us will have the equivalent of personalized artificial intelligence. You can call it anything you want, Rose, Jarvis, Nancy, whatever. But this AI will be able to run your life for you. All the knowledge that we are currently learning in school will be in our extended brain. And so what then should we be studying? Because history, geography, everything is going to be on our personalized AI. So the most important thing to teach people is transformation. It's to teach people how to expand their worldviews, to teach people how to know how to take care of their health, how to stay healthy, how to practice longevity practices, how to go within when they're feeling sad, how to practice meditation and mindfulness. This is the most important education.
You need to dream big. I mean, you cannot dream big enough. I'm telling you, you can't dream big enough. You can do more than you're doing, but you can't do more than you're doing if you hang around with little thinkers. That could be your family members, could be your friends, could be people you're going to school with and hanging out with. Look, there's a time and a place to hang out with those people. Can't pick your family. I mean, they say you can't. I wonder sometimes if we don't actually do the picking and just show up there. But I'll save that for another conversation. But I do know once you get with your family, the family that you picked or they picked, or however that might work, the selection process, wherever you went to school or go to school, or where you grew up or how you grew up or the religion you grew up in, or whether you're white or black or brown, male or female, the question's always going to be, what can you do to do more with your life, to find your mission, to find your purpose, to find what you're great at, to get great at the things maybe that you're not great at, that you don't even like doing. Number one, think big. Telling you, you can do more, and you will do more than you ever imagined. If you're ever successful in your life, if you ever hit it, and you can, you will look back 10, 15, 20 years from now and say, God, what was I thinking? What was I thinking? I promise you. You know, it's like 80 pounds of weight looks like a lot when you're 5 or 6 years old. Later, it's pretty easy to pick that up. No matter what your frame is, as long as you do the work, and show up in the gym, one day you'll be able to pick that barbell up. Just like in life, okay? The things that you think are impossible today, the things that you hate today, the things that you aren't good at, the things that you think are a waste of time, the things that make you angry are all opportunities for you.